It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. In a few moments, we'll be sending you out to Miami as the Heat go up against the Memphis Grizzlies. And for Memphis, they lost their first matchup against these guys. This, their final game against them in the regular season, looking to finish with a split. Coming off a wild ride, Kenny, you've been involved in All-Star Weekend on a number of fronts. What did this break in the action mean to the players?
It's a good rest time, but you know what, Ernie, for me, at 1 year, it wasn't. Because I'm going to tell you, give me a stat. I'm going to see if you guys know. Shaq, only guy in All-Star history to participate in the dunk contest and the three-point contest on the same night.
It got to be you.
Kenny Smith.
You're looking at him, brother. That's right.
That's
on
awesome.
the same
That's
night,
awesome.
man.
That was the
You
easiest
talk about
answer we've
wearing
ever had.
yourself
Yeah,
out,
that's
boy.
awesome.
I was wearing it out. Now, if I would have won both, that would have been a different story.
You know, for the players that are not there, this is time for them to get some rest. And for those who didn't attend, maybe you get some FOMO.
Some FOMO.
I have no idea what it means.
Frequent, often, massage, and Oreos.
Anybody in our studio audience know what FOMO is?
I have no idea.
The starting lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. At center court, at shooting, Andrew Harrison. At the other corner position, Jermichael Green. At the other guard position, Tyree Gaines. At center, Mark Gasol. The head coach of the Grizzlies team.
Nothing goes together like the Heat and Miami as we get ready for an interconference contest here at the American Airlines Arena. We've got an action-packed Saturday night of NBA action for you. Thanks for joining us. And our broadcast team tonight, Greg Anthony here to my left and Steve Smith to my right. And the Hall of Famer David Aldridge along the sideline. This is the first game in the Grizzlies road trip. They're free-falling right now, piling up loss after loss. We'll see if they can bounce back.
Well, I'll tell you what, for a team that's struggling, I'm not sure that the road is the answer. And this team has struggled. Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. Well, Greg, Justice Winslow had a year that he'd like to forget. His second season in the NBA. Only played in the 18 games before sitting out the rest of the way after a torn labrum.
And we're just happy to see the young man back out on the floor so that he can continue to develop. Always a fantastic defender. And you forget, still a very young player who can round into a contributor, I believe, on offense.
It's good on the putback.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Here's Harrison. Gasol, a screen on Johnson. Ball's knocked loose. Harrison passes to Evans. Here's Harrison. He's guarded by Dragic. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Tyreek has solid floor awareness. Outstanding at knowing when one of his guys is open.
Here's Dragic. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Amazing how he gets this one to go. Size doesn't matter.
But it can in the painted area. Regardless, he's crafty enough to get up a good shot.
Harrison. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I caught up with the Grizzlies head coach. He said the big thing is we cannot play hero ball. We've got to be unselfish and trust our offense. We'll see if they can turn the tables around and even up this season series, Kevin. Back to you.
And David, thank you. What do you think, guys? Smart to center their game plan around the opposing defense?
I kind of feel like you have to. This is an opponent so good at taking away the best weapon on the other side. So you have to be ready to come at them in different ways.
This is always an exhausting opponent to play, so it would be huge for them if some of their bench players could step up and contribute today. Serve and the defense there. He makes a terrific read.
Here's Brooks, and Whiteside sends it back. Here's Johnson. And no good, trying to use the glass. Memphis has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Evans kicks to Harrison. From outside the arc. And Winslow pulls it down. Well, for Memphis, their last game a loss to Cleveland.
Yeah, guys, they were forcing it a bit in that one and shot a relatively low percentage because of it.
But you have to give them credit for being aggressive. The problem is they played too much hero ball. You have to be willing to make the extra pass.
To the inside, here's Gasol. The basket good off the assist from Evans. Gasol's got 5 points so far.
Marc Gasol with the little jump shot inside. Nice.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Here's Harrison. 9-point game his last outing. Kicks it to Gasol. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest. The Heat have gone 7 of 9 from the field. A really nice start offensively for them.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says thank you very much and sails in for the flush.
If you aren't going to at least step in front of him, you can't be surprised when he throws it down like that.
It's stolen by Johnson. There's Winslow, and the dunk by Winslow.
Quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them, defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
Here's Brooks, and Whiteside sends it back. The pass to Winslow. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. The Grizzlies trail by 8. Releases. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
Evans is a good all-around player, someone who sees the floor well and makes great passes.
Winslow's shot is off. Grizzlies have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Here's Evans. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Well, the nicks and dings are starting to add up for some of these teams as we have passed the All-Star break. Steve, just how important is that All-Star break for players to heal back up and get their bodies right?
You know, you want to be close to 100%. When you have those like little injuries, especially the twisted ankle that just will not strengthen, getting 4 or 5 days off, getting a chance to go somewhere, be in the sun, just get that body rejuvenated, this always helps. And you can see sometimes players come back after All-Star break, they go to another level.
There's Dragic with the 3. The shot, no good. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Last time they met was in Memphis.
Yeah, and last time out, they sort of shot themselves in the foot with the foul trouble. That was what led to them having such an ugly scoreline.
Really a game to forget, all because they spent most of it hacking away.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Here's Harrison. He's guarded by Johnson. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Justice Winslow.
The craftiness of Marc Gasol. He knows how to create that contact. Marc Gasol, beloved in Memphis. In a way, I think he's a hometown kid. Went to high school in Memphis when his older brother Powell played with the Grizzlies.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And Marc Gasol didn't get a lot of attention playing in high school despite his last name and his 7-foot frame. And Steve, I know you like his nickname in high school, the Big Burrito.
I guess he had a big, healthy appetite. The Big Burrito is cute, but guess what? As of today, he has lost all that weight. He is laughing at guys calling him the Big Burrito.
And Marc Gasol last season setting a career high in scoring almost 20 points a game.
You know what? He's always had that ability, but what it is, he's so unselfish. His teammates have been encouraging him for years to look for his shot.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
The Grizzlies trail by 7. Here's Harrison taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Green draws the double. 6 to shoot. Gasol, a screen on Winslow. Tipped away.
You can't ask for a higher percentage look than the one that he got. I think he lost his concentration.
And slammed in by Whiteside.
Dropping dimes all night. He's been completely locked in.
Unselfish basketball, that'll make you very popular amongst your teammates.
Evans kicks to Gasol. The basket good off the assist from Evans. That's 10 points for Marc Gasol.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
And back when Dave Yeager was the coach of the Grizzlies, Steve, he admitted they were slow and old. Is that still the case? Does this team need to get more athletic?
Yeah, I think they do. They play at a slow offensive pace. They don't get a lot of transition points. Their outside shooting has improved, but they can use more athletes.
First free throw is good. And Greg, you hear about the competitive culture that this Miami Heat franchise has.
Yeah, and that doesn't always work for some teams, but it works for the Heat. This group will push each other all the time to be the best they can be. The practices have a feel of game-level intensity.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Adebayo is checked in for Whiteside. Johnson comes in for Winslow. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Johnson. And Richardson drops them both. So it's the Grizzlies now. They trail by 9 points. Chalmers against Dragic. McLemore dishes to Martin. Pass to McLemore. Parsons for 3. And it's Miami with the rebound. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
You know, they're the visiting team. It's a loud arena, very distracting at times, but simply no excuse for missing a ton of free throws.
You know what? The issue that night, the misses became contagious, and the guys lost more and more confidence as it went along.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. And with the zone defenses the league allows right now, motion offense really becoming a key to efficient scoring, it seems, Steve. Do you like that trend?
I do, because it's really hard, and they're taking advantages of the rules. Zone defense is hard to be able to stop teams that really move without the basketball. I would love for the league to go back to where a guy can have just a touch or a balance of touching somebody, because being able to guard somebody without touching at all, that is very hard.
I think most players would agree with you.
You just want to be able to touch to get a little balance.
Sure. Babbitt is checked in for Josh Richardson. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for Memphis.
And they've really shied away from the mid-range. That's a new school style, and looking for shots beyond the arc and at the rim, those tend to be far more efficient.
Left side Gasol. A jump hook, and there's Martin. That's good on the assist by Gasol. Martin's got his first basket of the night.
One of the premier playmaking big men in the league, Marc Gasol, finding the open man.
Man, hard to believe. Already they're staring at a double-digit lead, and we've just gotten started.
Fantastic effort. Right out of the gate, simply overwhelming their opponent.
Dragic with it. He had a 30-point outing their last game against the Pelicans in New Orleans. And that one, good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
The Grizzlies trail by 13. And Chalmers kicks to Parsons. From deep, McLemore. Babbitt grabs the board.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
Yeah, this is where it gets interesting. Do they start to coast, or do they go right for the juggler?
From deep, McLemore goes back up. That shot off. And the Heat going the other way now. Adebayo, and he jams it with authority.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
It's early, but they have taken full control of this game, and the fans here, they know it.
And Chalmers kicks to Parsons. Now the feed to Gasol, and they pick up 2. Gasol's got 12 in the game.
He has flat out dominated this quarter, hitting shots at will, yet they still find themselves behind.
And really focused on establishing dominance down low, and guys, it's working.
They have played physical, they have owned the paint, and they have built up a decent lead here in the first.
And Chalmers kicks to McLemore. Back to Chalmers. Puts up a 3. Here's Babbitt, defended by Chalmers. Babbitt, good.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The Grizzlies trail by 19. Dragic comes with the double team. It's Martin on the wing. Off target with his 3. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they've put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
McLemore with the ball. Wade picks him up. Nobody near Parsons. And it's Wade with the rebound.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Here's Babbitt with the 3. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum. And probably the prime memories with the Heat have to be from the Big 3 era. I mean, the team has done a great job of transitioning from that era to this current one, but classic example for me of reloading versus rebuilding.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Parsons. And Greg, credit the Miami Heat front office and coaching staff for continuing to keep this team competitive despite losing several Hall of Fame-type players in the last couple of years.
And that is never an easy task for a franchise to go through. But the Heat have stayed in the competitive picture with smart signings and trades, and don't discount the impact Eric Spoelstra has had on that roster.
And for the Grizzlies, chemistry and continuity have been a strength, but we're seeing some roster changes too.
Yeah, we are. Vets who have helped establish this team starting to move aside. Age is a factor for this group. Also a move by the team to adapt to modern pace and space basketball.
Wade brings the double team. Memphis moving that ball around. In the corner, it's Martin. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Martin.
And let's quickly take a look at the stats for Johnson. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Putting up about 10 points a night, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And the numbers, they back it up. Whether he can sustain this level of production, we don't know. But the arrow's pointing upward right now.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
The Heat shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
Two shots.
The first one falls. And so he's able to get one of two. The Grizzlies trail by 21, and Parsons kicks to Chalmers. Johnson over to help. Outside, Martin. He feeds it to Parsons. Chalmers passes to Gasol. 6 on the shot clock. Knocks down the 3 ball.
And I love how Marc Gasol is able to survey the court and create for his teammates.
Johnson gets the bucket.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now Chalmers really struggled in the loss against Cleveland. Pass to Martin. Now the dish to McLemore. No good from outside. Here's Babbitt. And so it's the Miami Heat closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And forward James Johnson battled his way back into the league after some stints abroad. He talked about his approach to the game.
I play the game how it's supposed to be played. I play offense, I play defense, I rebound, steals, blocks. You know, I'm pretty much that guy who likes to work hard and don't want anybody to beat him out, you know, except the challenge.
That's exactly the kind of hard-nosed, old-school attitude that coaches just love.
Kevin, and so do his teammates. I mean, a guy like that brings out the best in everybody on that team. They just kind of feed off of his effort and desire.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And quite a position here for the Heat to be in. What do you guys think?
I tell you, on fire all period long. And this is how you want to start the game.
They build up a monster lead on the heels of great shooting. Love the attack mindset here.
So the Grizzlies 5 right now. They've got Marc Gasol, Chandler Parsons out there with Martin. Then it's McLemore, and it's Chalmers in at the 1. The Grizzlies trail by 19. He kicks to McLemore, shoots the 3. It's hauled in by the Heat. Adebayo's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
He's got the height advantage in that matchup, and he's going to look to exploit it.
And Chalmers kicks to McLemore. Martin wide open. He fires. And again, Memphis no good. Here's Babbitt. And he uses the glass on the layup. Babbitt's got 6 points in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And Chalmers kicks to Gasol. Here's Martin, and finished off by Martin.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Johnson with it, now guarded by Parsons.
You know, he's had a handful of seasons in the top 10 in assists. Wade is a gifted passer.
Grizzlies have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And Parsons kicks to Chalmers. Memphis moving that ball around. There's the pick. Martin the screen. Parsons for 3. And that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers. And it's 7 points for Chandler Parsons. Gasol with the steal. Now here's Chalmers. He's guarded closely. Martin dishes to Parsons. Over in the corner, Chalmers to the paint. And finished off by Parsons.
Parsons can go down and flush it on you if you let him. He has some sneaky hops.
Here's Babbitt. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. And guys, you think of some of the more slippery scorers that are left-handed, like James Harden, Isaiah Thomas, Manu Ginobili. They come to mind right off the bat. Does that give them, Steve, I'll begin with you, does that give them an advantage?
It does, Kevin, and people always would ask me why. Because I don't know why. They're left-handed. They do things different. They do things wrong. They jump off the wrong foot. They drive it differently. And I think mentally as a right-handed guy, you're kind of guarding him how you would play. But left-handers definitely has an advantage playing the game of basketball.
And look, you never want to see a team gut you this way. Really a good timeout.
Some of this is just a matter of toughness, a willingness to play physical inside, something we're not seeing.
In for the Heat. Whiteside's checked in for Adebayo. Justice Winslow comes in for Luke Babbitt. Josh Richardson's checked in for Johnson. And it's Johnson in for Dwayne Wade. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Gasol. Brooks comes in for Jarrell Martin. Harrison's checked in for Ben McLemore. And it's Evans in for Mario Chalmers.
And a lot to like about that play, particularly how it ends.
Yeah, at the rack. That's what you want in transition, a high percentage look.
And the wide open shot from Green. And again, Memphis no good.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Here's Whiteside, and it's slammed in by Whiteside.
And no doubt they've been the more efficient team in this first half.
Because they've been patient, they're finding good shots. That's why they've hit a much higher percentage from the floor.
And stolen by Richardson. And again, Miami running the court in transition. The shot by Ellington, no good. The Grizzlies have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. And it's blocked. And here's the fast break. Winslow's leading the way. Over Parsons. A nice shot by Winslow. Winslow's got 4 points now in the quarter.
running it down their throats. 3 straight baskets there in transition.
And it's Justice Winslow with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Evans kicks to Brooks. Green, the screen. And Winslow comes to help. Stolen by Winslow.
How about the energy and activity on that play? Great steal. And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, guys, Miami's Eric Spoelstra is known for his focus and his devotion to work. How does he stay centered? Yoga. He said, I like it because you have to keep your eyes on your own mat. If you're not focused on the spot in front of you, you'll fall over. Kevin, that mindfulness translates across the board.
Mindfulness. That's an interesting way to look at things, D.A. Spo is a great, great communicator. Knows how to certainly get through to his team. Poked away. Evans kicks to Green. And again, Memphis, no good.
Yeah, momentum right now is against them. They're just going to have to figure out a way to ride this one out.
You know, easier said than done. What they need to do is string together some positive plays, try to turn the tide.
Memphis has gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Evans passes to Green. There's the pick. Green draws the double. Back to Evans. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
Tyreek is good at playing bigger than his size. A great finisher, close to the cup.
And the jam by Whiteside.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Johnson over to help. Memphis moving that ball around. The offensive rebound, and Green gets it to go.
Quick off the floor for these offensive rebounds. Green's 7'2" wingspan. It helps him snatch them.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it.
And maybe no team in this league more connected with its city than the Grizzlies are with Memphis. A common identity, grit and grind, defining them both.
Goran Dragic is checked in for Wayne Ellington. Timeout called the Grizzlies. And the Grizzlies began their first 6 seasons, of course, in Vancouver, British Columbia. Now, hard to believe they're in their 17th season here in Memphis.
You know, they found a home on the banks of the Mississippi, a loyal, passionate fan base. It's a small town, but that fosters the family relationship between the players and the community.
Hassan Whiteside really making a difference here.
You know, this is the right move. Maybe a break in the action will cool him down.
Here to check out some stats on Justice Winslow. How last month turned out for him? He's around 6 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And for him, it's all about getting better each time he takes the floor.
Also, he needs to avoid distractions on the court and off the court. Just focus on the job at hand.
Johnson left side over Brooks. Offensive rebound, Dragic. Evans with some nice D. Memphis has gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Stolen by Winslow. And Dragic with the basket on the assist by Winslow. Winslow's got 3 assists now in this one. And for Memphis, they're shooting not great, 40% for the game. Here's Evans, and Evans throws it down.
Evans is great at taking it inside. If you give him a lane, he exploits it every time.
Here's Dragic. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Steve, you are known for your three-point shooting, but as more and more teams look to space the floor and shoot threes, we've heard some legends, like Isaiah Thomas, for instance, complain that everyone's playing the same. What do you think about that?
You know, me and Isaiah, we've definitely talked about it, and I look at it, yes, we have some guys that's multi-talented, but everybody can't shoot threes. If you're a good guy to be able to knock down with a high percentage, shoot the three. But if you're a mid-range guy, you can still be an all-star shooting the mid-range. Play to your strength, work on that shooting threes, but I just hate when 5, 6, 7 guys, everybody's running to that line, and that's all we're seeing. You got to defend, you got to rebound, you got to block shots, you got to do other things because that's still the way you can win the game, by doing all things, not just shoot threes.
And really, having the best teams in history always had guys that can do different things, a ball handler, a rebounder, a screener, a long shooter.
Yeah.
It's always a combination of all those things instead of everybody doing the same thing.
You're so right, Kevin. And even though we've been in this three-point era, in the last 2 or 3 years, rebounding the basketball and defending still can win basketball games for you.
Evans kicks to Brooks. Back to Evans. Passes it to Harrison. Takes a 3. The basket good off the assist from Evans. Evans has got 5 assists tonight.
Further proof that you can't leave anyone in this league that wide open.
And Whiteside stays right with it.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Memphis has gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. There's the double team from Whiteside. Green left side. And here's Brooks from outside. Rebound by the Heat. Richardson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Basket counts. 20 points for Hassan Whiteside.
We will talk about feed the hot hand. That's what they're doing this quarter, which is why they've been able to maintain momentum.
Evans kicks to Harrison. Parsons for 3. But he stays with it. Dishes it to Green. Brooks outside. Dragic against Evans. Here's Harrison. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Harrison's got 8 points.
And this is the value of letting the play develop. You find the weakness in the defense.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Dragic comes with the double team. Parsons on the wing. Evans outside. The tray. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And the dunk by Winslow.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
The reason why a number of guys on this roster, they are built for speed. Why not play to your strengths?
Green, no luck.
He's just gone stone cold this period, and it's bringing the rest of the team down.
And the dunk by Winslow.
Man, they just keep coming at you. Can they sustain this level of energy for the rest of the night?
Well, as they fuel this lead, looks like the guys are feeding off the success. That keeps them going.
Good for his 9th make in just 12 shots. That's an even 75% shooting.
And the point differential tells the story. Their two-way play has been outstanding.
You know, it's a matter of effort plus talent. You need both to dominate this way.
There's the pass to Harrison. The basket good off the assist from Evans. Evans has got his 7th assist here tonight.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. The Heat making a switch here. Wade's checked in. Memphis also making some changes. Marc Gasol comes in for Parsons, and it's Chalmers in for Brooks. And for Memphis, they're shooting in the second quarter around 42%. And that'll be Memphis as it goes out of bounds. Grizzlies retain possession. And a good time here to go over our 2K leaderboard and see which point guards have had the hottest hand at the free throw line over the last 10 games. You look at Harrison, the best in the NBA. You put him on the line, and it's nearly automatic
Well, he's the guy you want on the free throw line when it matters. I mean, he's a leader and as consistent as they get.
And Gasol gets it to go. Gasol's got 14.
When you let him get in close, Marc Gasol at 7'1" can definitely hurt you on the offensive glass.
It's fine to extend your defense to try and create turnovers, but guys have to help each other.
That's been a problem for them all game. Teamwork is something you just can't turn on and off.
Harrison passes to Gasol. Second chance shot. Miami grabs the miss.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
A little undersized at the 4, but he can get off the ground.
1:07 left in the first half of the game. Chalmers against Dragic. To the wing on the left. Jacks up a 3. Up again. And Gasol able to finish. Gasol's got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
And again, Goran Dragic.
Yeah, what a quarter for him. Firing on all cylinders, putting this team in a good place.
And here is Chalmers. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. No good from Dragic. And the Grizzlies shooting 39% from the floor. Not their best. Feeds to Martin. Out to the right wing. Here's Chalmers. And Wade sends it back.
Almost a block a game for his career. Wade has never been shy challenging shots.
Not enough on that one as it misses. Here's Harrison. That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist. Chalmers has got 3 assists in the game. It's been all about Hassan Whiteside for Miami. He made his mark in a big way on the boards in that quarter. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. James, you came out and you were really productive. In fact, the whole bench was productive.
Yeah, of course. You know, that's what the second unit is for. We go hard in practice. We know we can play with the best of them. And we just want to give our first guys, the first group, a lift.
You certainly did, James. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We so hope you enjoyed our first half. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime report. A tremendous game we're seeing from Hassan Whiteside. He had 20 points, 2 block shots, and 2 assists. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you think about the Heat?
Well, we can't look past the huge contribution their bench has provided. They've got this lead mainly because of the injection of energy and offense that they got from their reserves. That's what a coach wants to see. I'm guessing the minutes will be spread out a little bit in the second half.
Shaq, your take on Memphis.
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotations. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. And you know, I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better, Ernie.
And that wraps up halftime as the game is set to get back underway. Let's send it to Kevin Harlan and crew, standing by courtside.
Welcome back. American Airlines Arena, visible on the far right of your screen in that overhead shot of downtown Miami. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. You look at Hassan Whiteside in this game. Guys, he's everywhere.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks. And I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
And I can't wait to see what he has in store during this second half. Some of those jams were downright absurd.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys. And we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. We've got Josh Richardson, Winslow is out there with Whiteside. Then there's Dragic, and it's Johnson in at the 2. That's the group in the game for the Heat.
Love the veracity of Evans when he's attacking the cup. He's looking for the foul.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And he knocks down the first one.
Evans is a nice player, a guy who can play multiple positions, an effective scorer.
That one is no good. The Heat shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. And the Grizzlies shooting 39% from the floor. Not their best.
And, you know, normally when you look at a guy like Whiteside with the field goal percentage and all, you think it's all about dunks. But I tell you what, he's improved his entire repertoire of scoring options near the rim. And now he's even showing that he can step out and knock down that little face-up 15-footer.
Over his career, JaMychal Green has steadily worked on the perimeter jump shot. You have to respect his range from the outside.
And here is the shot chart as we see how things are going for Whiteside.
Well, that is what it looks like when you are in the zone. He's been very efficient with his scoring and is leading the way for his team on offense. With every make, you can see the confidence growing. And I don't think he'll slow down anytime soon.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off.
And Dragic came into the NBA with something on his resume that not many other rookies have. He has a ring from winning the Slovenian Pro League the year before he came to America.
Good on the second free throw. Here's Harrison. Brooks outside. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. In transition, here comes Miami. Dragic is running. Johnson gets the bucket.
And on the defensive side, just a failure to match up.
Well, the one thing you want to take away is anything at the rim. Just too easy.
Wasted no time on that one. Harrison's got 15.
Not sure who designed that play, but he makes it count.
Dragic with it. Evans picks him up. Dragic good for 3. And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. Evans outside. Launches a 3. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss.
If you're trying to keep the defense honest, that's the one you really have to make.
Releases. And it's Winslow, that time on the assist by Richardson. 20 points for Justice Winslow.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Dragic against Evans. Pass to Harrison. He dishes it to Gasol. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Shots good by Green.
JaMychal Green with the height and the bounce to do some damage inside.
Winslow, and the dunk by Winslow.
And you have to like the location of this pass. Gives it to him where he can do something with it.
For Memphis, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Gasol a screen. Johnson over to help. Harrison kicks to Gasol. And here's Evans outside. Evans can't get that one to fall. For Miami, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break.
You like the aggressiveness, pushing all the right buttons. He has this team rolling.
Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Harrison kicks to Evans. to the inside. That one doesn't go. Good D by Johnson.
His lack of consistency with the shot tonight has held them back.
Richardson, no luck.
I appreciate the attack mindset, but with the defense tracking him down, it was probably better to kick that one out.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Harrison. He's putting up about 8 points a game, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
You need guys who understand their roles, carry them out without complaint. Everything he does is for the team.
First free throw is good. And he makes the first, but misses the second. For Miami, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Richardson, good.
And just carrying over from his last game, completely dialed in. You can sense his confidence.
I totally agree. Heat check after heat check. He realizes, man, I'm still hot. But that's an excellent pass. On time, on target. Great teamwork.
Here's Dragic. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
He's made 3 of his 4 free throw attempts in the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Miami. Both free throws good from Dragic. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. It's Evans on the wing. Miami grabs the miss. Whiteside's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Dragic gets the bucket. Dragic has got 8 points in the quarter.
Just giving up way too many transition opportunities.
For Memphis, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Knocked loose. Harrison kicks to Brooks. Right side, Green. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Green's got 11 points.
I love the adjustments he's made here in the second half, getting the looks he wants now and shooting a much higher percentage.
The Heat have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Dragic. Well, Steve, it's something that everyone has a different opinion on. How do you feel about the current amount of years a player has to play in college before they enter the NBA draft?
Well, Kevin, I look at it this way. I like the notion that people have been throwing around that you're able to come out of high school and go to the NBA. But if you choose to go to college, you must play 2 years. So I'm leaning toward and researching and looking at that. I think I'm on board with that because there are some guys should have the opportunity straight out of high school, and there are some guys I think need college. So I think if they can balance that out, and I think that's the way I would be leaning.
I like that perspective. Evans dishes to Green. Hits the front of the rim and out. The Heat have gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. Ellington, that one doesn't drop. Now Memphis takes it the other way. Here's Harrison. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. The shot's good from Ellington.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Evans passes to Brooks. Kicks it to Gasol. Some nice passing there by Memphis. And that one's good, Harrison.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
The Heat have gotten 8 of their 11 shots to drop since the break. A great third quarter for them offensively. Here's Whiteside, and the jam by Whiteside.
And he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. To the wing right side. Gasol, wide open, he fires. Had the space there, but it's offline. The Heat shooting has been just uncontainable, 72%. Whiteside, good.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
To the middle, here's Gasol. The basket good off the assist from Evans. And that's now 18 points for Marc Gasol.
Mark, patient on offense, even when he's filling it up. Good shot selection.
And really the story of the half, one team shooting it lights out, the other, the lights are just out.
You know what? It's two competing philosophies. One team playing it close to the best, the other fast and loose.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
He's made one and missed one so far in the game. And some changes here for the Heat. Johnson comes in for Winslow. Dwayne Wade is subbed in for Goran Dragic. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Jarrell Martin's checked in for JaMychal Green. Parsons comes in for Brooks. McLemore's checked in for Andrew Harrison. And it's Chalmers in for Tyreke Evans. And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Let's take a look at the real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. These guys have been grabbing rebounds in bunches to lead the NBA over the last 10 games. Number 5 is Hassan Whiteside.
When it comes to rebounding, it's been a stupendous stretch for him. He's been using his body and strength so effectively.
And that one falls for Marc Gasol.
What I like about Marc Gasol, you get everything. Scoring, passing, block shots, rebounding. He's the total package.
Johnson kicks to Wade. Wants to get it back to Whiteside and does. Some solid defense from Gasol. Memphis has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Here's Martin. Johnson with the block. And here we go. Wade heading to the hoop. That's in, coming off the assist from Johnson. Johnson's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Over to the left wing. Now here's McLemore outside. Drills it from outside. McLemore's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
Unable to close out defensively, even against the smaller shooters.
Yeah, but out on the perimeter, a lot more space. It all evens out.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce two-hander. And Chalmers kicks to McLemore. Parsons on the wing. Outside, Martin. There's the feed to Chalmers. Shot clock at 6. Parsons for 3. It's hauled in by the Heat. Now with Whiteside, no matter what he is doing, he is always setting the tone. The way he goes about defending the rim, it's like he's taking it personally that these guys are not going to score on him.
And you know what? He's a tone setter.
defensively. He gives his group confidence when he's on the floor. And, you know, teams are starting to realize you simply do not go at Whiteside. The block numbers might be down, but his defensive impact is as high as ever.
Adebayo is checked in for the Heat. Luke Babbitt comes in for Richardson. Shot from the inbound, and Chalmers with the layup. Chalmers has got his first bucket of the night.
The defense late to react. A beautiful play we just saw.
Here's Wade. They get it back. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
And for Memphis, they're shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And now a chance to take a look at the shot chart for the Grizzlies.
Right now, after looking at that chart, you pretty much can just jog down the court. He gets it in the paint. Just time and time again, he's worked his way in close and made a shot over a defender or found another way to convert. Just great stuff coming from him thus far.
And it's the Heat with the ball. And yes, it's good. Wade's got 6.
If you let Wade get the ball that deep, there really isn't anything you can do.
Parsons on the wing. The three-pointer, no good. And Miami shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. Adebayo passes to Wade. And it's Wade with the jam.
And no matter his age, Wade would always be able to go up and throw it down.
And for Memphis, they're shooting 45% from the field since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Gasol dishes to Parsons. Now here's McLemore outside. It's hauled in by the Heat. Adebayo's got 6 rebounds in the game. That's good from Wade on the assist by Johnson. Johnson's got 5 assists tonight.
Ripping and running. They have a big advantage now in those transition opportunities.
Pass to Parsons. He feeds it to Gasol. It's good.
Gasol is so skilled at completing these and-one opportunities. You have to really wrap him up if you want to prevent him from draining the shot.
He's made 2 of 3 from the stripe tonight.
Listen, 84 is a really good number to post at the foul line, and that's where he's at on the year.
Johnson, he's checked in for Miami.
One shot.
That one misses for Gasol. Here's Babbitt, defended by Chalmers. Babbitt's shot is off. Parsons against Johnson. The dish now to Chalmers. Now here's McLemore. He's guarded closely. And Parsons kicks to Chalmers. Martin, the rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And who doesn't love stats? Here are some numbers for Johnson. Averaging about 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
You need guys who understand their roles.
Take a
Carry
break.
them out
Take a break.
without complaint.
2 shots.
Everything he does is for the team.
And the first one drops. Good on both. 1:56 left to play here in the third. Gasol setting the pick for Chalmers. Up off the screen and finished off by Gasol.
And it does not take much for Gasol to throw it down. Just feed the big man inside, and he's good to go.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Gasol setting the pick for Chalmers. It's Martin on the wing. And that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers. Chalmers has got 6 assists now in the game. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. To the paint, looking for Gasol. He gets it there. Outside for Martin. That 3 off the mark.
You know, a little off his game this quarter. Still trying to find a rhythm, though.
Here's Wade. The Grizzlies pull it in.
In over his head on the layup attempt there. Too much defensive pressure.
Got that bucket in no time at all. And that's now 11 points for Chandler Parsons.
Parsons has no problem pulling up from the mid-range.
Wade can't hit.
Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge.
Passes it to McLemore. Martin for 3. Buries it from three-point range. Martin's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Sometimes it's all about patience. His first 3 of the game, something to build on. One of the cases where height fails to tell you the whole story.
And for Memphis, they're shooting for the game at 42%. Chalmers against Johnson. Now, here's Chalmers. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. The Grizzlies have made 5 of 10 free throw attempts, a lot of misses.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
Two.
And that one misses. And the second free throw, good. Johnson against Parsons. Adebayo.
A nice job of converting, but what really makes this play, the league pass.
With 2 seconds left. Misses there. And so it's Miami, able to put on a show for the ages. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. And we'll be back with you shortly. Head coach Eric Spoelstra mic'd up along the sideline. Let's check it out.
I like the activity, guys. Active hands, active feet. They do not like it when we take it off the glass.
And obviously the approach Eric Spoelstra wants to see is that aggressive defensive approach and going after the offensive boards.
Yeah, and that persistence really pays off. When these guys are determined, that's when they are at their best.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth. Selden is out there with Chalmers. Then there's Davis. Then it's McLemore. And it's Martin in at the 4 slot. Just 5 to shoot. Tipped away. From deep. But they get it back.
Yeah, just nice hustle there. That work gets them the extra possession.
McLemore with the ball, and it's Johnson picking him up. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Walton against Chalmers. Down low. Now here's McLemore. Defense is right there.
You know, he really is forcing it right now. This has been a frustrating night for him.
And it's Walton missing. The Grizzlies on offense. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. And the wide open shot from Chalmers. And the miss, not the best shot selection there. Johnson, the pass to Walton. That's in there, Johnson with the assist. Walton's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Miami. Grizzlies have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. And Chalmers kicks to Davis. Pushing it up. Here's Walton, and Davis sends it back. And it's Walton missing.
You know, this is a time when you don't have to force anything. You're in command of this game.
McLemore dishes to Chalmers. Outside, Martin. 5 to shoot. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. And another miss by Memphis. The Heat have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. Here's Johnson, laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And Chalmers kicks to McLemore. Here's Selden. He's guarded by Johnson. Martin the screen. Out to the wing. Beyond the arc. And that one's good. Selden.
Another triple. And that's been the story of this second half.
Coming out of the break, they've relied on their perimeter offense to generate points. Right now, it's working.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Martin for 3. Another miss by Martin. The Heat have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. And the Heat with some changes. Udonis Haslem is checked in for Adebayo. Jordan Mickey comes in for Luke Babbitt. And Winslow subbed in for James Johnson. Memphis also making some changes. Bryce Johnson, he's checked in for Martin. Brooks comes in for Ben McLemore. And Tyreek Evans is subbed in for Mario Chalmers. Walton with the steal. And now here's Johnson, a fast break chance. And then Johnson with the jam.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
Dishes it to Johnson. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And with the business of basketball booming, most players are afforded a pretty lavish lifestyle. There's no doubt, in not only the NBA, but in all sports, certainly a blessing. But Smitty, are there downsides to all that notoriety, all that money, all that lavishness?
Yeah, it is, Kevin. I think the downside is, one, you can't live that lifestyle if it's lavish for the rest of your life. And I think second, it takes away. You are a public figure right now. You have to understand that. And that's the downside. Being able to go out with your family, being able to go out to a restaurant, you got to understand, yes, there's going to be fans everywhere, and it takes away from that. So I think that's the 2 things for me is guys got to understand that lifestyle doesn't last. And I think also, personally, it takes away from what you can do out in public.
The Heat making a switch here. Ellington's checked in. And both free throws good for Tyreek Evans. The Heat have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. Winslow against Brooks. It's tipped. It's stolen by Haslem. That's good by Mickey. Mickey's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
And the pass to Selden. He kicks it to Evans. Feeds it to Brooks. 6 to shoot. Johnson, the pass to Brooks. Here's Selden. It's deflected, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Here's Walton. And another basket for Miami.
Just relentless. Really impressed with how they've been able to maintain that focus.
When you have a huge lead, it's easy to get sloppy on offense. They haven't fallen into that trap.
It's Brooks on the wing. Ellington defending. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. Here's Miami now. They're on a 14-5 run. Good. And it's Walton who picks up the assist.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Knocked away and stolen by Ellington. Drops in the breakaway layup. Ellington's got 4 points this quarter.
That's something about all these turnovers. Right away, you're at a disadvantage defensively.
And that replay presented by Under Armour, showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment. Davis sets a screen. Knocks it loose. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
That's what happens when nothing goes your way. You start to lose focus, and it makes matters worse.
Here's Mickey, and that one is stuffed right through.
Well, the pace, the big plays they're making, this is a statement run right here.
Hard to remember the last time they've missed. These guys are having fun right now.
Evans dishes to Johnson. And here's Brooks from outside. The shot, no good. And it's Miami the other way. There's Winslow. The shot missing. Nice D from Brooks. And Winslow comes to help. That's tipped. Pass to Selden. The three. It's good from long range.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Haslam, that's good.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control. This is how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Kicks to Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. And so the ball's out of bounds. Winslow touched it last. Four on the shot clock. Evans. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed. That's 12 points for Tyreke Evans.
Gotta wrap up Evans if you want to stop him from scoring. He's too strong. Love his focus.
And for Memphis, they're shooting just 30% from the field here in the fourth. Pass to Selden. And it's Brooks in the corner. Johnson kicks to Selden. Evans goes in. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
A nice shot by Winslow.
I tell you what, his accuracy has been the story of this game.
And to do it in the fourth quarter, you're trying to extend the lead. He's making that happen.
Brooks outside. Johnson double team. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Brooks outside. Tries a 3. And it's Haslam with the rebound. The Heat shooting 70% from the floor. Truly incredible work from this offense tonight. Well, the NBA has taken great strides to ensure a competitive balance, Steve, over the past decades, but they have a long way to go to achieve complete parity. I don't know that it can ever be done. How do you feel about the current competitive balance of the league right now?
You know, I think it's good, but Kevin, you're totally right. You can't get complete parity. You're going to have injuries, and I think when you have injuries, it changes the whole dynamic of these teams. So far, so good for me. I think there's a lot of balance. Good teams are good for a while, and then it always shifts and changes. I think we're in good hands right now.
That free throw, no good. And Memphis making a change here. He hits the second from the line. Chalmers with it. He dishes it to McLemore. And Winslow comes to help. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Winslow. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. And he finished it off with a layup. Winslow's got 29.
And a late reaction by the defense makes that one a no contest.
You know, he got out before people could turn their heads, and he's already gone with no hesitation.
That's tipped. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
And when you're in catch-up mode, you can still afford these kinds of errors.
I feel like they're getting ahead of themselves. Just need to rein it in. Focus on each individual possession.
Adebayo is checked in for Udonis Haslem. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it.
I mean, clearly not on the same page right there. You hate to give away possessions.
They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
And here's the fast break. Winslow's leading the way. The shot by Adebayo, no good.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
Martin the screen, stripped away. In transition, here comes Miami. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And we talk about this a lot. Turnovers leading to transition points.
I love the anticipation right there for the pick. Then he wastes no time getting up court.
And Chalmers kicks to Johnson. It's deflected, and they're able to recover. Brooks with no one around. Hits the three-point bomb.
And every set they're running looks like it's designed to produce a triple.
Interesting approach coming down the stretch. Looking to rack up points and chunks. Great change of direction. He showed the defense that he was taking the look and instead found his teammate for an even better one.
Now Chalmers, the feed now to McLemore. Jumper off the screen. The second chance effort. It's blocked. Here's Mickey, covered by Martin. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. There's the call. Memphis gets the foul. You know, Smitty, as the game grows internationally, we've seen a contrast drawn between the academies, for instance, in Europe and Australia, and the youth basketball organizations in this country. Do you think we're doing it the right way? Should there be change, more policing of just how things are run at a very young level?
I think more policing, Kevin. I think also coaches being better equipped to be able to be around young kids. I think also how many games these kids are playing. I think obviously you want them to have games, but when they're playing 5, 6, 7 games in a weekend, I just think that's too much.
Davis is checked in for Memphis. Parsons comes in for Brooks. And the second free throw, good. There's 1:47 left in the fourth quarter. The Grizzlies shooting not great, 40% for the game. Parsons outside. Chalmers against Walton. Knocks it loose. And it's the Heat on the break. Here's Mickey. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Heat.
Well, the one thing that jumps out in this game is the free throw shooting which they did a much better job at.
Absolutely. A big plus. And oftentimes your performance at the line can be the difference in a game. And I think tonight we saw that.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-game.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Justice Winslow.
You know, as the game tonight evolved, he really put the team on his back. He was aggressive, effective, and the defense, they weren't able to adjust.
Banked in off the glass. Winslow's got 33.
And just staying aggressive, continuing to extend that lead.
They left nothing to chance. This is how you close out.
Parsons for 3, sinks the three-pointer.
Parsons with the easy release to drill home the 3.
Here's Miami now. They're on a 16-6 run. Winslow's shot is off. Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus. Just make the simple play.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock.
No doubt about it. He's been a monster from deep.
By and large, defenders have done a poor job of running him off his spot. That's why he keeps firing.
Timeout called, the Heat. Guys, your thoughts?
You know, I'm not sure why you call a timeout this late. I mean, the game is more or less over.
I'm not questioning that either, but he clearly hasn't given up on this one quite yet.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Justice Winslow.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
Here's Johnson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And they've earned this one, showing an ability to dominate in front of their home crowd.
You know, you feel on top of the world when it happens as a player, just the relationship you have with the fans.
It's stolen by Johnson. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
When your defense translates into offense, it's a beautiful thing.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Well, Dwayne, you won the game, but you lost the rebounding battle. How did you overcome that?
I don't know. You know, we have a knack for finding a way to win, and we've always had that here. You know, we got to do a better job. You know, we can't get out-rebounded like that and expect to win, so we got to figure it out.
Sure you'll be working on it. Thanks, Dwayne. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.